Welcome to my pain cave. It's actually our living room. I kind of love to do it this way. The woman behind my camera, behind my iPhone, it's my wife. So you probably never see something like this again, because everything regarding social media, documentary and stuff like that will be scripted again. My hair will look much better, but therefore it's probably not in my living room. We never really moved out of our super tiny flat, because usually there's no reason. We spend 160-day board every year. There's a board every year, and so therefore it doesn't really make any sense to live in a big house somewhere in Germany when we're never home. These days we actually spend quite some time at home, and just like I normally do, I often start the day with a faster ride, as I said, on Swift. I'll do a couple of ramps, so they are 8 minutes long, starting at 200 watts, ramping up to 260 watts, so nothing too hard, actually pretty easy. But as I said, since we don't know when racing is gonna start again, we'll just take care about the basics. So a lot of basic endurance, really focusing on head metabolism. On the other hand, I do some really intensive short sprints right now, so again we're working both ends. And so as soon as I got my phone back, I'm gonna start some music. Usually I listen to some house music, just some EDM or stuff like that. Jax Jones, housework radio. They call it housework because it's light work. That's something that keeps me going for these sessions. For the harder ones, I have some more aggressive music. So we'll probably check that out later and see how it goes. Yeah. In Germany, in the area where we live, you're still lucky enough to ride outdoors. And I honestly have to say, after being in Spain for a week in complete lockdown, you really start to appreciate to be able to ride outside, especially there's a little bit of spring in the air, and I just realized how much I just love to ride my bike, even without a competition or something like that. So that was just 3 hours basic endurance, nothing really special. A couple of accelerations, fighting with e-bikers, but that's pretty much it. Obviously, swimming for us right now is the biggest challenge. All pools are closed and there's no exception whatsoever. It doesn't matter if you swim alone in the pool. So therefore I figured out what this tool is for. It's to enhance my shoulder flexibility. So that means more housework. And lucky enough, I have a swim bench where I can do some swimming, but you can only do so much. So therefore one of the major focuses is on flexibility and maintain the shoulder flexibility. And and then I'll do some dryland exercises. You're gonna see some more of these. So I usually always do 5 times 25. So it's 25 double stroke, and just try to focus on technique. And then you can also do single strokes with the machine. And so yeah, that's a pool in our small kitchen. Super convenient. I didn't really love swimming anyway, but since I can't do it anymore, I really miss it, to be honest. Yeah. If you don't have a swim bench, you can of course also use stretch cords. I found out really the best way is to have them somewhere elevated so that you can stand and really focus on the catch. And yeah, this is not as heavy as the swim bench, so therefore you can do more reps, and I think that's sometimes pretty important. So this in general is a good core exercise, especially for swimming, to keep your hip stable. One of the key elements of swimming is rotation in the spine, and by pressing my knee against the wall, I have my hip stable and move out of my spine, and it's a general pretty good exercise. Also, if you spend a lot of time on the bike, if you have back problems, it's one of the exercises I would recommend to just maintain a good health in general, and that's what it's all about these days. I had quite some interviews in the last 2 weeks. Everybody was asking how you stay motivated in these times, and I always thought, like, does it even matter? I mean, why is it important to stay motivated right now? Actually, to be honest, I was more like, I feel completely useless, because right now, what can you do as a professional sports person for society? And I mean, triathlon is probably the definition of a selfish, ego-based sport, focused sport, and so of course we thought about ways how I can do something, and one of the ideas we came up was to deliver local products from bakery, from butchery, and so on, pharmacy, to the people around, because it's for some of them it's dangerous to go to a bakery, and I think the demand is still there, but and also the offer of products is still there, but the two can't meet each other. So that's something we want to start in the next 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully not for too long. That's one of the things that keeps me going. So we'll want to set that up. And then on the other hand, I think yes, professional sport right now doesn't really matter. It's almost irrelevant right now. But sports really matters. It's probably more important than ever that the people are keep moving and stay fit, because that means you stay healthy. And I think, of course, you need to stay at home and really try to minimize your contacts, and that's what we do. I mean, I realize we don't have a lot of friends really that I can't meet or whatsoever. So we are I live together with my wife. She's behind the camera, and with my parents-in-law, and that's it. I'm not seeing my physio, not my coach, nobody actually right now. We just have always one person, one designated grocery shopper going out with a mask, and that's pretty much it. But I still think it's important to have a dream, and I think it's still, you're still allowed to have a dream. It's not that you should stop dreaming about something that doesn't have to do something with the crisis right now. So I think that's actually quite an important thing to still have something that drives you and that motivates you every day to do something. And yeah, I think so. Therefore, sport is still really important, and I think it's also important to go outside and exercise. But I think it's at the same time you just need to be aware that you should not be in a hospital right now for another reason than that you are really sick. So therefore, you have to be very careful. Don't do anything stupid. We try to limit like every potential risk right now. So I'm not gonna go outside for, you know, mountain biking or something like that. I'm being very careful with what I do, and also with the amount of training I do. We are really careful because that also impacts your immune system. So therefore, it just focus on being healthy, and I think that also serves you the best when it comes to racing, hopefully later this year. And until then, keep your dreams alive. Thanks.